I'm Kasey Tyndall.
Kasey Tyndall.
Kasey Tyndall is one of my closest friends.
I'm talking about a true blue, once-in-a-lifetime kind of friend.
Kasey Tyndall is about as real as it gets.
Everything was going great. 2020 rolled around and everything went in the toilet. I'm a singer-songwriter in Nashville. Originally from North Carolina. I'm kind of from two places, Greenville and Rocky Mount. I actually had no plans of doing this professionally. Honestly, I just was very realistic about it. Like, I figured everybody wanted to be a big country star, so I was like, what makes me different?
If I could sum up Kasey in one word, it would be redneck.
All of our friends say me and her are two different types of country. I am the ride a horse kind of country, and she is the wipe your ass in the woods with a sock kind of country.
Kasey Tyndall is not, I don't even say best friend, I mean, that's my sister.
A rock and roll redneck country queen.
She is itty bitty, but mighty, the kind of friend who would fight a dang grizzly bear for you. And I'm telling you right now, she would whoop that bear's ass.
She loves to write songs, she loves to be inspired, she loves to party.
She likes to have a good time, and she makes sure everybody else has a good time too.
And he'd come back for more and she'd whoop his ass again.
She's country, she's funky, she's a hard worker, and open for us for over 30, 40 shows, something like that. Rode the bus, and she's a survivor.
When I felt like I had nothing or nobody, I had Kasey Tyndall.
It's gonna come in and kill it every single night.
Kasey is one of the most loyal, big-hearted, loving people I know.
I truly believe that, like, God sent me Kasey.
And I'm so glad that she is sharing what the good Lord gave her with the world.
So I moved here with a friend of mine. I knew I had to be here, so I dropped out of college. I won a contest to sing We Were Us, which is Keith Urban and Miranda Lambert. Keith needed a female on every tour stop to sing the Miranda part.
We should run a competition in every city we're playing at. Please make a welcome to the stage, Kasey Tyndall.
One thing led to another, and I met my first manager through that. About a year into being here, I already had a manager, and I got my first pub deal offer. When I go on the road, I take a little bin of merch. Fans, they think when we come home to Nashville, I bet they don't think it's, counting merch and all the non-glamorous sides of things, especially being like a young artist when you don't really have a huge team to kind of do everything for you, where you just walk on stage and go. It's a lot of hard work, but it makes you appreciate it. I started touring hard as soon as I got here. I did like 129 dates. Well, my best seller, I sold out of them. This one sells pretty good. I've toured with Whiskey Myers, Jamie Johnson. I've toured with Drake White twice, Bailey Zimmerman. I've played with Charlie Daniels, Cadillac 3, Granger Smith, Kane Brown, Kelsey Ballerini, pretty much everyone. I put out my first record in 2017. Looking back on it now, I don't really know who that girl was. I was very young, like I hadn't gone through a lot of life yet. I was also in the machine of Nashville and kind of getting everyone's opinions on songs, and looking back on it, it just doesn't feel like super cohesive with who I am now, that I have lived some life and gone through some shit. Everything was going great. I was on the road playing tons of dates with my heroes. I got to meet some of my heroes like Joan Jett. It was so awesome. 2020 rolled around and everything went in the toilet. And I haven't made it yet. Like, I needed touring to make money. I mean, I had my publishing deal, but I knew that was gonna run out. I'm at the end of my deal and I hadn't really made them any money, so why would they want to keep me? I knew I needed to make some changes with some team members. I had gotten dropped from my booking agency, kind of struggling on the road with drinking, and I'd kind of felt like I lost myself on the road, and I had no idea where to go from there, because I also hadn't really figured out what I wanted to say as an artist. And as a writer, I was at rock bottom.
She's spiritual. I saw this girl with a Bible in her hands multiple times.
I had never tithed before, like 10% giving it to the church, and I had no money. I just felt the Holy Spirit be like, you should tithe. And I did. At that point, I was like, I have got to have a move. I need a move. And me and Lainey, we're still roommates at the time. We just happened to get on the topic about how my parents were divorced, which I love my parents. I love how they co-parented and just how awesome they were with that. And I said to her, the only weird thing about having divorced parents was being the oldest sibling. I was the middleman. And as soon as I said that, we wrote my song, Middleman. And then I ran into another roadblock. I didn't have money to record it. My mom, we're not well off by any means. She called me and she was like, I'm gonna front it. And you can't tell me no. You need this. And it changed everything. And then River House came along and offered me a publishing deal. I mean, they say it all comes down to a song in this town, but also I think tithing was a huge thing too. We even still joke about it. And when good things happen, we're like, tithing.
A lot of my journey coming into my own faith happened through a lot of conversations with Kasey and Lainey.
And so they say be careful what you pray for.
She's just always so willing to have that conversation. She's willing to drop anything to pray for you, pray with you.
I had actually met the love of my life. I knew I was gonna marry him the minute I met him.
I was a little girl and a middleman.
And then I got pregnant.
You can find me on the back pew after the front row. I got a bad reputation, but I keep it on the down low. I got some black in my halo, a little misunderstood, 'cause I don't know. I still go out of this in the whiskey. Might even like me once you get me. A head banging, cross hanging down from my neck. Yeah, I roll with Jesus and rock with Joan Jett.